Hi everybody, I'm Mike Gasior and welcome to my October 2005 video commentary. And as you can tell by the lovely view of the ocean behind me, I must be someplace nice. And you're right. I'm bringing you this month's commentary from the beautiful Cayman Islands. This is actually the view off my balcony at the Hyatt Grand Cayman Resort. I'm down here doing a hedge fund seminar. But this month's commentary, as promised last month, the continuation of our derivative education, I wanted to talk to you about options, caps, and floors. Which, by the way, if no one's ever mentioned it to you, all a cap or floor is are options on interest rates. But remember our conversation last month. Derivatives give you the ability to take positions in something. And what I mean by that, we talked last month, long or short. There's only two positions you can have in a market, long or short. Now, options, people overthink them. There's two kinds, call options, put options. Easy as this. If I buy a call option on anything, IBM stock, Standard & Poor's 500, Treasury bonds, whatever, calls give me the right to buy something at a certain price by a certain date. And here's the simple thing I want you to remember. If you buy calls, you have just taken a long position in the underlying thing. You've taken a long position in the underlying thing. So if I buy a call option on IBM stock, I have in effect taking a long position in IBM stock. The only other kind of option you can have is a put option. Put options give you the right to sell something at a certain price by a certain date. So if I buy a put option on IBM stock, it gives me the right now to sell, to put that IBM stock to whoever it was that sold me the contract at a certain price by a certain date. But remember this part. Buying put options is always like taking a short position. It's always like taking a short position. But go back to last month's conversation when we discussed the differences between hedging and speculating. In order to be a hedger, you need to have an offsetting position somewhere in real life. And what I mean by that is most insurance companies, pension funds, certain investors, the only legal usage of derivatives is for hedging. So remember one simple thing. If you see me buy a call option on the S&P 500, well, you know right there I took a long position in the S&P. And you ask me, you know, Mike, what the heck? I thought we're only supposed to be using this stuff for hedging. And I look at you like, what are you talking about? I'm hedging. Well, in order for you to believe me, I'd better be able to take you someplace in real life and show you where we're short the S&P. Because if I can't show you where we're short the S&P, you have no reason to believe I'm hedging, and the only thing I can be doing there is speculating. So, buying calls is going long, buying puts is going short, period. And of course, it's perfectly okay for hedge funds, individual investors. Speculate all you want. But for bigger, more conservative institutions, the only legal usage is hedging. Now, two terms I want you to be clear on. The price at which I have the right to either buy or sell. You're going to hear that reference as the strike price. You might also hear it called the exercise price because I could exercise my call and buy the IBM stock, let's say, for $100. However, that was the price we negotiated. We struck a deal for $100, and that term comes from that. That's the strike price. Also remember one simple other thing. Options are wasting assets that have finite lives. They're all going to expire. So please make sure you know what is the expiration date. Now finally, the only other thing I want to talk about this month is caps and floors. There's not much to tell you. Buying a cap is like buying a call option on interest rates. Buying a floor is like buying a put option on interest rates. Simple as that. And you might actually hear somebody mention a cap or floor, and you'll hear talk of the strike rate. Not strike price, strike rate. As soon as you hear that kind of terminology, strike, well, that word conjures up that this must be some sort of an option-based product. But if they say rate, not price, it must be an interest rate related product. So, options, caps, and floors. Next month, I'm not sure where I'll be honestly, but next month we're going to keep continuing our derivative conversation, and you tune in and we'll talk more about it. So, I'm going to go back and teach my class, and then see right over there? I'm going to go snorkeling there later. So, God bless you guys. Take care. I'll see you next month.